Very quickly tonight, 3 things I want to share with us is how to pursue God purposefully. If we say we must pursue him purposefully, what does it mean to pursue him purposefully? Number 2, what I'll be touching tonight are hindrances to purposeful pursuit of God. Because see, the devil knows that the day you become serious with God, the realms will begin to respond to you. So he has created stumbling blocks to make it impossible for you to do that. And then number 3, I will share the benefits of pursuing God with intentionality. When you find anybody who is pursuing God intentionally, there is a way it is done, there are hindrances he's avoiding, and there are benefits he will always have for him to do that. And so very quickly, what are the indicators that shows that someone is intentional about his pursuit of God? Number 1, Elohim Adonai. Elohim Adonai. Elohim Adonai. Elohim Adonai. The first indication that a man is intentional in his pursuit of God is a pursuit that is done with intensity. There is no lukewarm person who will ever find any dimension in God. This generation of exhausting all your energy and lying down 5 minutes to sleep, and you are looking for something to make you sleep, and you say, Father, I love you, and you sleep off, you will be among the crowd. You give all your best in your work. You give your best in every other thing. Then when you are tired, you don't have anybody to sing a lullaby, and you use prayer to substitute what will take you to sleep. We are joking. The Bible said in Jeremiah 29 verse 13, it said, if you seek me, you will find me. Only when you seek me with the whole of your heart. So anybody who is not seeking God with the whole of his heart is not purposeful about his pursuit of God. And God knows it because he studies you. He understands you. When you wanted to marry your wife, he knows how many hours you spent on phone calls. When you were looking for a job, he knew how early you woke up. He knew how late you went to bed, preparing for the interview. He knew when you came to the office. But when it has to do with him, every other thing is cast away. We are joking. If you will need to call your wife for 3 months, persuade her, woo her, win her confidence, you know how many hours you invested. You know how much resources you invested. Even though you were not a smiling person, you smiled by force. Because you wanted to woo a woman, and then you are talking about the spirit that hides himself. The Bible spoke in Exodus 20:21. It said Moses stepped into the deep darkness where God was. One of the names of God is Jehovah Zephaniah, the God that hides himself. When God operates like that, it means he wants to see the level of hunger in your spirit. The psalmist said, as the deer panted after the waters, it says, so my soul longeth after thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. You want to find a man who is pursuing God? Check his hunger, check his passion, check the intensity with which he prays, check the intensity with which he worships. Most times, people who lead prayers here, they are frustrated because of the lukewarmness of the people. So we are looking for diverse ways to motivate them. The keyboard is playing, the drum is playing. We are shifting from one song to the other just to get the people up. What a shame. When you find a man who seeks God, even in the market, he will forget when he lifts his hand, because there is a fire raging. And so what that man does is to service that fire. In Leviticus chapter 6 verse 12, he said the fire on the altar must not be put out. He said the priest must put wood on it every morning. If you are looking for a purposeful seeker of God, check his fire. In John 2:17, Jesus himself spoke. He said, the zeal of my Father's house have consumed me. Never lost his fire for a second. We are in a generation where people can't manage spiritual fire for 1 week. That's why we are seeking one revival meeting to the other. Because we know that the one we are receiving now, we can't sustain it. And the reason is because we are not passionate about God. We are not guarding that fire. We are not preserving it. In 2 Timothy 1:6, it said, this commandment give I thee, O son Timothy, that you fan to flame the gift of God that is in you. This is not something you quote from a scripture. There are indicators that show that you are purposeful in your pursuit of God. God will check the fire in your spirit. For how long can you sustain it? Many trivialize their fire. Even movies can kill the fire of many people. And they say they are seeking God. No. Jesus said, give no holy things to swine. They take it for granted. They will trample it underfoot. That's why they can't have spiritual things. If you are purposeful in your pursuit of God, one of the indicators that show is what you do to keep your fire. And as those who keep their fire, they pay the price to keep it. If they need to cut off relationships, they cut them off. If they need to avoid certain locations, they avoid them. Because they understand that if we lost this fire, we lost the presence. He said, quicken us, O God, so shall we call upon thy name. They know that it is the fire in their spirit that draws them to his presence. And because of how valuable his presence is, they will do everything to keep that fire. If you are purposeful in your pursuit of God, it will show in your management of your spiritual fire. The second indicator that shows that a man is purposeful in the pursuit of God is his consistency in prayer. When you become too busy for prayer, it means God has become an alternative. It's not the major objective. I'm not saying you attended a prayer meeting. I'm not saying you prayed once in a while. I'm talking consistency. Because anything that is central in your life, you do it on a daily basis. And so if you are looking for a man, listen, this is not just about I occupy a position in church. Please, we are not talking professional Christianity. We are talking something that is in the womb of the spirit. It's something that is sacred in your heart. All of us serve God in church, and it's a great honor. But hear me, you can be serving in church and you are dead in the spirit. If your prayer altar is gone, you are no longer deliberate in your pursuit of God. And so those who are purposeful, they know where they meet God. They know the hour they meet God. In Acts of the Apostles chapter 3 verse 1, the Bible said they were going to the temple to pray at the hour of prayer. So the church, they prayed so much that they had an hour for prayer. And everybody will shut down everything to be there. Because it was their place of encounter. They will not trade it for anything. In 1 Thessalonians 5:7, it says, if I'm the one you are seeking, then you keep engaging me. You keep engaging my realm. You keep communicating with me. You can't tell me you are deliberate about seeking me and you talk to me once in a while. Sometimes when you call, I may be too busy. Because I will face those who are serious about me. And so when you find a purposeful believer in his pursuit of God, he shows in his prayer altar. In the days of the patriarchs, men were thrown into the fire for praying, for refusing to bow to any other thing but God. In the days of the patriarchs, when they wanted to set a Christian up, they used prayer to set him up. We know this man must pray, so pass a decree that nobody should pray to any other God. God said, listen, I would rather stop being a senator. If it's prayer, you can't stop me. And I will not hide in praying. He opened the window to Jerusalem and he was praying. So a man was thrown into the lion's den for not stopping prayer. But we are in a generation where you beg people to pray, they don't show up. Are we not jokers? Is it the same God we are serving? Somebody did not just lose his job. He lost his favor with the king. And his life was at jeopardy. Yet he didn't compromise. If it's prayer, I won't stop. Cast me to the lion's den. See, when they got the three Hebrew boys, they say, oh king, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. What is human connection when we lose divine connection? We are not careful. If you like, make the fire hotter. We will not bow. We are in a generation where people bow to their jobs. You are in a nation today where, because they know we are lukewarm, they double the money they pay on Sunday, and many don't go to church. All over the world today, the smallest size of any congregation is the prayer meeting. Because we are gifted and skilled in religion, but when it comes to interacting with the spirit we claim we worship, we don't know him. A generation must become angry. A generation must become angry. I won't be told the story of God until I leave this world. I won't be told. John said that which was from the beginning, which we heard, but we got tired of hearing others tell us about him. So we handled him, we touched him, we engaged him for ourselves. A point must come as a Christian. Thank God for my pastor. He's a good preacher, but I must find this God for myself. I must touch him for myself. I must hear him for myself. I'm tired of a prophet telling me, thus saith the Lord. Let a prophet tell me what God told me. The voice of a prophet should become a confirmation. I will hear him for myself.